So I want to talk about editing merchants in the OpenMW construction set. We just want to click Tribunal, Blood Moon, and then I'm going to create, I did a mock tutorial, so I'm going to create a new tutorial. So merchant tutorial 1. And what I want to do is just talk about how it works basically, and then show you how to add objects and spells and other options. So the first thing we want to do is select the trader that we want to modify. So we're going to use Ariel from State of Need as our tutorial. We're going to click Edit Record. And since he's an interior NPC, I believe most interior NPCs have the blocked checked. So we can uncheck that just to edit all his things. You can edit his level, health, mana, fatigue, and his available gold. So that's always some things that you might want to edit through mods. Um, the The first thing we can do is we can go to his spells and we can add spells to his inventory. Right now, these are all the spells that he uses. And we can go add new row. And then when we type something in here, so we can go Ash Curse, we can add that to his spell list. And we can file save. And we can go to the OpenMW launcher and I don't know if my things um, so we don't have the Ash Curse because I didn't select my mod. So we want to go back to the launcher, select our merchant tutorial 1, we'll just hit play, and we will select him, and then we'll barter, we'll exit out of that, we'll go to spells, and now we have our Ash Curse Fatigue in the spell category. And to decrease the price, what we can do is edit the Ash Curse spell itself. Um, and you might not want to do this because it's kind of backwards, but basically, what I believe is happening is all the spells will be. Oh, we could actually just do this an easier way. I'll show you real quick. All the spells will be their mana cost is also the cost of the spell itself. So we can go 50, or we can just go 0. And if we file save that and we open it back up, the cost should be 0 or at least close to 0. So Ash Curse Fatigue, 1 gold. So we could buy that. The strength is the same, but the cost for the spell itself is 0. As you can see, it has no cast cost anymore, and that is what determines the price of the spell essentially. So we can exit that. Another thing we can do is you can edit their personality, which can give you some better prices occasionally. And then we can also edit their disposition to 100 and they'll give us better prices. And then you can also edit their faction and you can also edit their class. If you look at the class, you can see what their skills are as the trader. And then you can edit all the trader classes in the game through this window right here. And basically, what else we can do is we can find the items that are owned by Ariel, and that's going to be his inventory list essentially. So we'll find instances, and then we want to, so if we edit this record, we can find the owner, global, and you can also edit this. If we if we go to Ariel's trade house and we add something into his cell and then we add ownership, that's how we can add it to his inventory. So if we go to cells and we go to Satanine, I believe it's the first one here. So we could use this and we could add an object right here. Let's add a unique weapon of sorts. So we go back to objects, we can just exit that out and drag object 7 again. And we'll drag it over here. And we could just add W underscore, or we can go sword. I believe there's a unique sword. Sword of Amalexia. So we could drag this right here. And then we can find the instance that we just added. So we can find instances. And then we can find the object ID. And then we can find sword of Amalexia. So we can edit this record. And we can set the owner to Ariel. We can file, save. And if we go into the trade house again, we barter, and we can go sword. Oh, there it is. So the hub's fire right here would be the weapon we just added in there. As you see, it costs 150,000. And we can also just go look it over on this floor just to make sure the ID is the same. So we got the hope fire. And when we grab it, since he owns it, everyone will attack us. The other way we can go about this is we can go to we can get rid of this instance real quick, and then we can find his stock in the house, which is basically all these items are going to be part of his stock. And we can find his stash. A lot of times it's a chest. What I believe is his stock is this chest on his desk. So chest small. And then we'll just scroll down to Satanine. Then we'll just find Ariel's trade house. So we can edit record. As you can see, the owner is Ariel. And then we can also see what's inside the chest, and it's random ingredients. So we can click on the other one too. And then we can edit that one. Can edit this one. So this one's also a small ingredient. And so there's these, sorry. So there's these leveled lists essentially. And the way you can find the leveled list is going to be, you can create a level list, basically you add the model, which would be the chest with the animation, which would be the sniff right here. And then you can name it small chest or whatever. And then you can add the content. So I'll show you how the leveled list works. So we can add a chest into the corner of his room. We'll go to objects, or we could go to, objects, and then we can create new record, and we'll scroll down to item leveled list, and then it's going to give us the option to name it. We'll call this Ariel's test chest. We'll create this, and then we'll go up to modified. Should be the added. You can edit record. Or you can just go gold. Since this doesn't have an animation, so we'll just search for the record type of leveled list, so we can just double check how to do this. See, the random ingredient list would be all these things. So now that we have this, right, we can, we'll just select the level to 1, and then we'll chance none, we'll call it 0, so that we don't have a chance that nothing spawns. And then we actually just want to change this to edit the gold. And we'll change this to the weapon. Call this red guard, I guess. So we'll change it to that. And then we'll file, save. And then we'll scroll down, and then so we'll go to container. You can edit this record, and then we'll add just remove Ariel for now. We can add Ariel's test chest. And if we drop this into the world, which is the DR chest Abra 1. So we can just highlight this right here, Control C, and then we'll just go ID, Control V. We drag this into the world, and we file save. And if we go to our thing, let's check what's in the chest first. And there is nothing. So we'll exit. We'll go 2. And then we'll go to open this again. So we have 2 Wraithguard from our leveled list of Ariel's test chest. And basically what we can do is now we can assign the instance of this chest to Ariel, and he will sell the Wraithguard. So now what we want to do is we'll grab, since we have our test chest, and then we need to find the instance of this. So we'll go to our world, and then we'll go instances, and we'll go to object ID, and then we'll just Control V right here. And now we have this. We can add this record of the instance, and we can add the ownership of the chest to Ariel. File, save, and now we see the chest. Now if we grab one of these and put it in our inventory, we have a crime committed. We'll exit that, and then we'll also go back in and we'll see if we can buy the items from him. And then we'll barter, and then we should find 2 Wraithguards in his inventory. So basically, once you find the chest that's, belongs to them, you can place the items in the chest, or you can place a new chest in the world and it will add it to the merchant's inventory. And yeah, that's basically how the merchant system works. And this, so I believe this belongs to him as well. So we'll just go check his inventory. We'll barter, and then you should see the Ashiam. It's possible it could belong to this lady, which it seems it does. This one definitely belongs to him, so we'll see if we can find the Chitin Arrow. 100, there it is. There's the axes as well. So you could add them to this chest in this world. You could just add the items there by creating a leveled list, adding the items to the leveled list, and then making sure that item that you add the leveled list to belongs to the merchant. So I'll just do that real quick. We'll find the instance of that chest in the corner. So we can just hover it, com_bastic_Ariels. So we'll find the instance. We'll go object ID again. So this is the basket. You can edit the record. And then so we have the object ID, and then we can edit the object ID right here, which is this ID right here is the level list, and we can add a new row, and then we can add the writ venue. We'll just call it 100, so we can file save, and we can go back into the game and check his thing. So we should see 100 of a different item. Let's check the chest. Doesn't seem like it worked. Maybe it's the item that I added. So we'll just go glass boots. We'll go 10, and then we'll file save this again. Doesn't seem it added to his inventory. Check the basket. That one pair of glass boots instead. Maybe there's an issue with that. Yeah, that's somewhat of an issue. Let's see if we can fix it real quick. So we added glass boots to com basket Ariel's list, and we can let's try -1. Let's see if that works. So we don't have it working. Uh, which is a little strange. But what if we put there, and then we'll see if it adds our shirt to the list. There it is. I couldn't tell you why the list is not working, uh, but that's the essentials how it works. You might just have to do a little uh, changing around, and it should work. I don't know why it's not in this regard. Maybe it's because he doesn't sell this, but anyways, that's just the gist of how it works, and hopefully this helped you out a little bit. I might make a follow-up video later.